Thank you again for coming to our last This Is How I Teach seminar this semester. And today we're really honored to have Dr. Joyce Gulley to show us how she integrating different kinds of learning technology into classroom and how what's her process of solving problems, throughout the semester while facilitate students learning. So let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm going to start out with something that I sometimes do in class. Probably you've seen this before. 2 truths and a lie. So there are 2 true statements there and 1 lie, and it's your job to figure out which is which.
Expert about what?
I'm no expert about anything.
It's the first and last of the truths.
You got it. The middle one is, I'm no expert on anything. I mean, I've been at USI 21 years, and I would still say I'm no expert in face-to-face teaching. I hope I'm better than I was in year 1. I hope I'm better than I was in year 20. But I'm still no expert. And I'm certainly no expert in online teaching. I've taken some classes online, and I've taught some online, and I think I'm getting better at teaching online, but I still don't consider myself an expert. I really don't like teaching online is the lie. Now, I have to say that I was reluctant to become an online teacher because I like the relationships in a classroom. I like the face-to-face interaction. So I was hesitant to jump into online teaching. This last statement, I have an out-of-date master's degree. Sometimes I tell people, and this is true, I have a master's degree in technology from Indiana University. That's what my master's degree is in instructional technology. But it's from like 1986. And back then, what we thought was cool technology was overhead transparencies that had color overlays. And we would spend hours making these acetate transparencies for 1 lesson. And we thought they were so cool. Did you make those too, or you had some of those? And so I do have a master's degree in technology, but it doesn't help me at all with current online teaching. I guess it does show that I'm kind of interested in technology, and I've always been interested in technology, but that's about as far as it goes. Okay, so I've created some examples of how I use VoiceThread, but the point is not about VoiceThread. The point is how I train my online students to use whatever technology we want to use. So I'm just using VoiceThread as the example, and then I'll show you some other Web 2.0 tools and some projects with them. But the process that I use to teach students to use whatever online tool I want them to use is the same as this example that you'll see with VoiceThread. So to create a playground atmosphere, what I try to do when I introduce a new technology to my online students is I try to take the stress away from having too much content connected to it or too many points connected to it. I just want them to learn the technology. So in my online course, the very first thing that I show them is a welcome to the course VoiceThread. And it takes them, I have screenshots of my Blackboard site, and I have, like my contact information and all that kind of stuff. But on the very last slide of that VoiceThread is this keep calm and introduce yourself. So in that first module, I have included a Panopto video on how to join VoiceThread, how to upload your digital picture. So I've shown them all of these steps, and then I have them introduce themselves. Now, in addition to the Panopto, and I'll talk more about this in another slide here, but in addition to the Panopto video, I also try to have written directions for how to do that. I try to include a YouTube video for how to join a VoiceThread group so they can access that information in different ways. But this very first introduction then, I can click on, and this will show you I've got 36 students in this class. It's also my quick way of seeing that they've all changed. When students join your VoiceThread, there's not a picture of them first. It's like some goofy little icon. They look like little Monopoly board pieces, kind of. And I don't want that attached with their name. I want their real picture. And I give them guidelines for their picture. Like, it has to be a picture of just you. You can't have anybody else in the picture. And so this is a way for me to quickly scan to see who hasn't uploaded a picture yet. And I give them points just for that. Just, if you made a comment, I don't care what they say. I just want to know that you've made an audio comment, that I can hear you speak, and that I can see your picture. So it's not threatening as far as they don't have to worry about, oh, I got to get the answers right for the course content. All I have to do is talk about myself. So that's one way to get them started. Now, in addition to doing this very early in the semester, this, getting introduced, getting connected with whatever technology it is, I also have my students fill out a survey. And in the survey, I ask them a lot of questions about, are you taking a full-time load this semester? Do you work full-time? Are you ever on campus? And could you come to campus if we need to meet? Could you make an appointment with me to come to campus? If so, during what period of time? A lot of my students in my online children's literature class are Head Start teachers. And they typically work full-time Monday through Thursday, but I know they have Friday off. But do you have Friday off and you live in Evansville, or do you have Friday off and you live in Jasper? So I just kind of need to know if they could come to campus. The other thing that I do in this survey is I ask them to rate. I list some technologies. Have you ever used YouTube? Have you viewed YouTube, or do you have a YouTube account? Have you ever posted a video? Do you know how to post a video to Facebook? Have you ever created your own website? So I can kind of get their feeling about how they view themselves as technology users. And I just keep that information for later on. So I try to identify what I call my early adopters. It's usually the people who are the first to respond, like on that voice thread assignment. I can check the day or so after I've released a module who's answered right away. And I can look at their surveys and think, okay, Kelsey is somebody who likes technology, feels comfortable with it, and gets things done on time. So in the first assignment then, where they use VoiceThread or whatever the new technology is that I'm using, I try to put them in a group with a group leader. So I teach children's literature, so in the first novel that we read, The Giver, I divide them into groups within the class, and each group has a captain. And that captain is one of those early technology adopters. And so I contact those people ahead of time, hey, Kelsey, are you willing to be the person who learns to upload VoiceThread? Because now, instead of just using my VoiceThread and commenting on my VoiceThread, the student has to learn, how do I create a VoiceThread and upload it and share it with others? So Kelsey agrees, sure, I'll be the captain for this team. So I tell the students, you're on team setting, and this is what you're going to do with your team, and Kelsey is your contact person. So the other 3 people on the team are going to rely on Kelsey to be the one to upload the PowerPoint, and they're going to comment. They're all going to make comments. So just so you can kind of see what this looks like more up close. So this is a VoiceThread that 4 people have contributed to. We've all read the same novel. Each group is doing a different topic within that novel. Kelsey is in charge of getting this PowerPoint loaded and shared. This is a 200 level literature class, but you only have to be a freshman and have completed English 101 to take it. So almost all of them are freshmen. And shockingly, many of them are first semester freshmen because they took English 101 as a CAP class in high school. So for a lot of kiddos, this is their very first college experience. And I'm surprised at how many, this class is offered face-to-face on campus and online, and I'm surprised how many kids who live on campus are choosing to take the online version. And that's something that I find out through that survey that I do. And I'm just always a little surprised that there are so many in the online section. So that's kind of the next step of the technology, is getting them in a group with somebody else in charge. Then the more advanced step, when I finally launch the independence, is I try to introduce the technology a week before the assignment. In other words, if we've done VoiceThread like with this, I introduce it by me putting a VoiceThread out there first, then they do one in a group, then they do one independently. But for instance, if I'm going to do something like, I teach, one of the technologies I use is Weebly. And with Weebly, they build a website. So at least a week before they are going to dabble in Weebly, I tell them, in 2 weeks, Weebly's coming up. You need to establish your free account with Weebly. You need to go to this tutorial and watch the tutorial on Weebly. Just put that in your memory bank because we'll be coming back to that, because I want them to know a little bit about the technology before they've got to do it for an assignment and attach content to it. And again, I try to post a sample project, either one that I've completed using the technology or one from a previous semester. So this project, for instance, and I know you can't see that very well, but I'll show you here in just a second. This is a project on a nonfiction book. They have to choose a critically acclaimed nonfiction picture book. Go to the library and find it, and they have to verify that it's critically acclaimed and what we mean by that. And then they have, an assignment to complete, and I try to give the directions, very, very specifically. On page 1 of your voice guide, do this. On page 2 of your voice guide, do this. By giving the directions in more than one way, what I mean by that is I always create a Panopto video of my screenshots doing this technology. So they can watch a video that shows my screen. Click here, do this, do that, so they can walk through that. Now, in my experience with my classes with my freshmen, I think probably fewer than 50% watch the Panopto video. I've told them you have to have I think it's called Silverlight, it's the name of the plugin. And I just don't think my students are watching Panopto, so I've got to figure out another way to verify that they're connected with Panopto. But because they don't watch Panopto, I usually put links to YouTube tutorials. I always tell them the story that I've learned how to knit by watching YouTube videos. So if you have a problem with Weebly or Windows Live Movie Maker or whatever technology we're using, your first step should be to go to YouTube. And the reason I like YouTube as a solution more than Google is because if you watch a video of somebody doing it, I think it's easier to follow than if you read written directions on step-by-step how to follow it. So by giving the directions in more than one way, what I mean is I post a Panopto of me doing it, I post YouTube directions, I post Google links, I post the link to the help function within whatever technology tool we're using. So let me show you this voice thread so you can kind of see. Now this is an individual student project, but this individual student has gone through, prior to this it was a group project, prior to that it was commenting on my project.
This is an online application over the book.
It is. How are you doing?
Junior.
Yeah.
We're picking up somebody else's audio in there.
Second of 4 children.
Okay, so you don't need to necessarily see the whole thing, but I do want you to kind of walk through the pages of what they've had to do. So I tell them, you have to have a picture of the book's cover and you have to justify how you chose that as a critically acclaimed nonfiction work. Then they have to give a summary of the book, and I tell them that, I don't want your voice thread to be you reading word for word the words on the screen. Don't you hate it when somebody posts a PowerPoint and then reads you every word that's on the screen of it? That is so tedious. And I have about 80 students in Introduction to Children's Literature. So if I'm watching 80 of these to grade them, you got to entertain me with your voice. And I tell them that. You have to make this so engaging that I want to listen to you. So on the screen, I want some of the words you're going to say, but I don't want every single word that you say. I don't want you to be monotone reading me these words screen for screen. So page 2 in the directions is, create a summary of the book. Talk about who the audience is. Who would you share this book with? Why would you share it? Is this a book for independent reading or a book for classroom use? How could you use it in your classroom? On this slide, they have to use comments from the textbook. Our textbook talks about how to evaluate a children's picture book in nonfiction. So they have to apply that content that they've read or from my lecture about this content, and they have to apply it to the book they've chosen. And then they have to share their opinion. And sometimes they totally disagree with whatever the critics have said about the book. You know, the critics said this book was wonderful. I found it to be kind of boring. So I'm always kind of tickled at how they interpret the book, how they respond to the book, you know, their personal link. So where I usually have problems with this kind of assignment is in the sharing. I'll go to grade it, I'll click on a link, and their VoiceThread won't open because they didn't share it right or they didn't post the link correctly. So my response to that, well, first of all, I have every rubric designed for every assignment. There are points on the rubric for it opening correctly. And if it doesn't open on my first try, they automatically get points deducted because I tell them, you know, this means I have to get out of my grading mode. I have to go to my email and send you an email and tell you your link didn't open. And then I might be done grading for the day. By the time you get back to me, then I got to go back and find your project and open it up again. So I tell them to send it to somebody in your learning club. Send it to your captain, send it to your grandma, send it to somebody in an email and see if it will open up. Test it on somebody else. Don't test it on me because I want it posted correctly. And I'm just really picky about that, and they know that from the beginning. But this student has those, this wasn't one of the captains, but she was on a team for the previous assignment. So she has an expert she can contact Kelsey from that previous assignment. So I'm not the only expert helping them with these projects. Because it wears me out to answer all these individual emails. Not that I don't want to help them, but I also like them kind of leaning on each other and learning from each other. And then I point them to, you know, you go back to YouTube, look at YouTube and see how to do this again. Or look at the help function within VoiceThread. Stop me anytime you have questions. I'm sure there was a faster way to get back to present than what I just did, but I didn't do it fast. Okay, so here, oh, how do I get rid of that dude? Do I have any magic tricks on how to get rid of that little slide down there? Ah, it just disappeared. Okay, so again, my examples of using YouTube are just, of using VoiceThread are just examples of how I introduce new technologies. The magic isn't in VoiceThread. I think the magic is in unveiling these technologies a little bit at a time, showing them what a final project looks like, introducing the technology in some way that's not very threatening. Like even with Prezi, I require them to create a Prezi for one of the first assignments. The first Prezi they do just has to have 3 slides and they can pick any topic they want. They can talk about their favorite pizza. They can talk about their dog or their cat or their vacation to Florida or whatever. The subject doesn't matter. I want them to learn the technology and learn how to share the link. And in that assignment, I'm actually teaching them also how to use the content editor on discussion board to post the link correctly. Because I don't want that copy and paste. Like I don't want to see anything that looks like this in their message to me. I want them to write click here and the word here is in blue and underlined and I click on the word here and their link pops open. So I'm teaching them that skill while I'm also teaching them Prezi. Now the first time I do that, the first time I require them to post that link that way, about half of them do it wrong. So I go back and I correct that. No, this is what we do. Look at some people in class who did it right. Look how their link looks different than yours. Watch this video again to get this posted right. And then by the second or third assignment, I never even have to mention that again. They just automatically do it right. So the Web 2.0 tool, I use a bunch of Web 2.0 tools for them to show me what they know. And where I find these tools, there's a website called, it's a wiki actually called Cool Tools for School. And I should have included that on here. I apologize that I didn't. But Cool Tools for School is a wiki that has 200 different Web 2.0 tools, and it's divided by the kind of tool it is, like audio tools, presentation tools, organizing tools. And all of these links take you to other tools. So I've just experimented with different things and looked to see what I could use and what would be useful. So one of the things that I found was Weebly. And Weebly is a site that allows you to create a blog or to create a website. And I do have my students do a blog for one of the assignments. In fact, that's the assignment they're doing this week. I don't particularly like the blog function. Believe it or not, I like the blog that's in Blackboard better because it's easier to grade. It's easier for me to pull up and see that Sarah made 5 entries and on these dates. If they do any other kind of blog, I have to kind of go through and count and look at the day. It's just more cumbersome for me to grade. So this is a Weebly to go along with one of the novels. One of the novels we read is called The One and Only Ivan, and it's written in free verse poetry. While we're studying this novel, we're also studying about poetry. So I give them an assignment where they have to write their own original poems. I provide the frames for the poem. In other words, I provide the rules to follow to write these 5 different poems. And then they, instead of just typing their poems and handing them in on a Word document, I have them create a website. And I talk to them, all of my students are going to be teachers someday. So I talk to them that a website is a way, if your students are writing poems, you know, Grandma lives in Florida, Grandma's never going to see the kid's poem unless you send Grandma a link to the poems. So, you know, I try to encourage my students to think of a real world use for these assignments. You know, and you're going to be a future teacher. Why would you ever need to create a website? Oh, I could communicate with parents. I could share pictures from our field trip, or I could, you know, have my newsletter on a website instead of sending home a piece of paper on Fridays. I could send parents the link to my newsletter, or, you know, here are the books we're going to be reading in the next couple of weeks. So the students have to learn how to navigate the website and how to post their poems, and they have to include a picture, an illustration, and in this novel, the gorilla is an artist, and so all these pictures are pictures that were actually created by a gorilla, or at least, you know, if the web tells you so, it must be true. So they write their poems, and then they create images, and so it's a lot more fun for me to grade than 5 poems on a piece of blank paper. But again, you know, I kind of unveil this. I try to get a few people in class who will act as experts. You know, oh, I see you've already, you know, my assignments are released on Friday. Every week, every Friday I release a new module. The module is due the following Sunday. So they have about 10 days to do these assignments. Always there's somebody who's posted by about Monday or Tuesday. And I usually email them and say, you know, your website is so fantastic. Would you be one of the champions for Weebly? Could students email you? Then I'll post that student's email, you know. Contact Alyssa if you want to know if you need some Weebly help. You know, I'm happy to help you too, but Alyssa is your classroom expert on Weebly. And the students are usually really pleased that I've kind of singled them out to make, you know, and I try to keep track of who so I'm not just always going to the same person, but I can, you know, kind of change it up. And then after the students complete the project, I keep track of who I've asked for their projects, so that during the course of the semester, I try to ask every student for a sample project. And I try to butter them up, like, your website was so fantastic. I would love to use this as a model for future students. Would you share your link with me? Even if their website was kind of average, I still do that just so they feel good about their creation, and you know, I feel like it's pretty good affirmation for them. You know, I know you worked hard to learn this new technology, and it seems to work. They seem to be very willing to share. I've never had anybody tell me no. Okay, I use YouTube a lot. I send them to YouTube. And I have them post some things on YouTube. And I talk about, you know, in a classroom situation, I probably wouldn't use YouTube. I'd probably use TeacherTube or Vimeo. But the reason with college students I use YouTube is because most of them have it on their phone. you know, if I were a fourth grade teacher, I probably couldn't use YouTube in my classroom. I'd probably have to use TeacherTube or Vimeo or some other video hosting site. But for this assignment, what the students have to do is they have to do an illustrator study, and everybody in class has to choose a different illustrator of children's books from a list, from my approved list. So I put a list out of about 60 illustrators, and there are 36 people in class. And the reason I choose the illustrator is because I don't want them picking somebody that I think they already know, like Dr. Seuss or Mercer Mayer, somebody who's kind of common, Mark Brown, who does the Arthur books. And I have a lot of illustrators of color, and I have illustrators who I know have websites. I want them to have all living illustrators who are still creating work, and some new people that they might not have heard of. You know, if the last illustrator you heard of was when you were in fourth grade, I don't want you to use that person. I want you to use somebody who's kind of new on the scene. So they have to investigate the life of this illustrator. Then they have to create a 3-minute presentation, and they have to have somebody else video record and upload their video to YouTube. So I'll just play just this little sample of, oh, you can't hear it.
He was always very interested in art.
But they have to talk a little bit about the illustrator. They don't have to have a picture of the illustrator. That was just an extra touch that she thought of. And they're supposed to do it without notes. Now, some of them, you can tell they are reading their presentation like this. But I think for future teachers, it's good practice in learning how to give a presentation. And they have to have at least one book that they show. They have to talk about the life of the artist, but then they have to talk about the visual elements. We learn about that from our textbook, and they have to identify those visual elements in that picture book. So they have very specific directions about what to talk about. And then, you know, I give them some guidelines on, you know, have somebody record. You don't have too much busyness in the background of your video. And then you have to be able to post your video to YouTube. Most of the students do this from an iPad or from their phone, and that's the technology they use. So I think that's a pretty useful thing to do too. Another project, another technology that I like to use is Windows Live Movie Maker. And in this one, the student, I don't know why that thing keeps coming back up, but it does. It doesn't do that on my PC, but somehow, there it went, disappeared again. Windows Live Movie Maker now, if they're using a Mac, they use iMovie. And so I provide 2 sets of directions for how to do it with iMovie, even though I wouldn't know how to do it because I don't have a Mac. But Windows Live Movie Maker is a free program for PCs. And in this assignment, they're creating what I call a multimedia book report. And they choose a book they want to read, a children's book, and they have specific requirements that they have to meet for the, you know, they can't choose any book, in other words. They have to choose from approved lists. And then they have to read the story, and then they retell the story as though they are a character in a novel. And they can be any character in the novel, but they have to tell it in first person. I do that so they can't just read the blurb on the back of the book or, you know, Google the summary of the book and just tell about the book. They at least have to go to that effort of becoming a character in the novel. So they have to create some original thought, at least, I hope. And then they have to find 10 images that tell the story of the book. And they can find those images on Google Images or wherever. You know, any pictures that help illustrate whatever it is you're talking about in your text. And then they have to find a piece of music that also sets the mood for the story. And they put all 3 of those things together in this, what I call a multimedia book report. And we do this in steps. You know, I make this assignment very early in the term, and the first piece of the assignment is just picking out your book and getting your book approved. Done with that. Don't even think about it for a while. Now, then I set them a reminder, you know, in week 2 or 3, you should be reading that book by now. Then about in week 4 or 5, then you need to be turning in your written script. So it's little bitty steps at a time. And I find with all of these technology projects, that seems, at least for me, that seems to be what works the best. So let me play a little snippet of this. And
Each summer, Graham, Poppy, and I hop into Poppy's pickup to leave St. Albans for a getaway. A carefree summer, absent of 5th grade homework and the piano, yet full of the sound of the ocean, movies at the theater, and of course, sneaking out with my friend Margaret. We go to Rockaway, except this year is different, much different. It's 1944, and there is an invasion of France by the Allies, also known as D-Day. This war is what keeps Poppy from coming to Rockaway.
Okay, so you get the idea. And again, they do their project on Windows Live Movie Maker, but to share it with me, they have to upload their project to YouTube. But they're already experienced to that because we've used YouTube for a previous project. So by that time, the uploading to YouTube and then how you share from YouTube into the discussion board is easy peasy. Now the other piece I try to create, I haven't been successful at doing it with every single project that I've created, but I try to have some incentive for them to view each other's projects. Either watch 5 and comment, find the 5 people who follow you on our class roster, and comment on their YouTube videos. Or watch 5 videos and summarize what you found in these videos. Or, you know, something or other where I know they're going to at least go in and watch some other people's projects and a way to share. Okay, here are my 3 truths now. I really am no expert. This is the second time I've taught Introduction to Children's Literature as a full semester class. I started out teaching a graduate class as a hybrid. That was my first experience in online teaching. Then my first time in teaching a whole class online, I did it in the summer because I wanted to just be focused on that class. I thought I would be so overwhelmed, and I was. But because that was the only thing I was teaching at the time, I felt like I could devote the time and energy to it. And I don't feel good about 16 weeks crammed into 5. I just don't feel like it was the same experience for those. I just don't feel like in 5 weeks I covered what I normally do in a 16-week semester. Last fall was the first time I taught this class as a full 16-week class in the midst of the other 3 classes that I'm teaching. And so I feel like I'm doing better now than I did before. But I really do love to teach online. It's more interactive than I thought it would be. I like kind of figuring out how to make it as interactive as possible so the students kind of connect with each other. I'm not a big fan of discussion board as far as them posting and then reacting to each other. I just think it's kind of stilted. I don't know, maybe you all have better suggestions for how to make that authentically interactive. But I'd love to help you problem solve if there's anything that I can do to help you. Thanks for coming.
Okay, I've got a question.
Yes.
Okay, you know I do the 5 weeks.
Yes.
And I'm trying to upgrade the technology in there. If you're going to leave something out, what would you leave out if you did it over again in a 5 week? Would you cram everything in with, you know, the movie and the website?
I probably wouldn't leave out the movie. The movie is the most time consuming.
Okay.
It's the most involved for me. I feel like it wears me out the most because they need the most help.
Okay.
When the students complete their work and give it to you to share in the future, do you encourage them to copyright it before they give it to you?
No. I guess I should.
Well, I didn't know if anybody, it was the legal part of me.
Yeah.
I didn't know if anybody's ever hesitant saying, you know, gosh, I don't want to do that because that's mine. So I just was curious about that.
Nobody has yet, but I should probably just encourage them to do that. I always encourage them to share it with their families. You know, everybody. Share these, your parents are paying your tuition, or, you know, you're talking to your parents about what you're doing. Maybe your parents aren't paying your tuition, but, you know, your parents are involved in your lives, or your grandparents. You have an aunt and uncle who live in North Dakota. Send them your link so they can see what you're doing. And then I tell them to save all these things. This is your interview portfolio. In fact, what I talk about, my standard that I use is I would say this should be interview ready. In other words, you want to make sure you don't have any spelling mistakes in your presentation, because when you go to interview for a teaching job and the principal says, how will you integrate technology? You say, well, let me show you. Here are some ideas that I have right here at my fingertips. So I tell them, save these links. And I teach them Symbaloo. Do you know the program Symbaloo? Symbaloo is one of those Web 2.0 tools where you pop in your websites that you want to save. I'll show you what one looks like. And you can post pictures, you can...
Yes, you motivated me. I've done one for one of some. That was Symbaloo.
Yeah, I have all my
I don't know how do I get over to the side where I can
to the bottom.
log in here.
That's me.
Oh, and then the question is, which one of my many passwords is this one? Oh, lucky. Okay, so this is a Symbaloo for a novel. And so these things are topics that were referenced. This is a novel that takes place in 1959. These are things that are referenced or related to the novel that my students might not know about. Like they talk about Sid Caesar. Well, kids today will have no idea who Sid Caesar, probably some of you in the room don't know who Sid Caesar is. So here's a link to a video clip about Sid Caesar. So you can post in all kinds of, howdy doodies on there. One of the things he talks about, this kid's a paper boy, and he talks about throwing the paper behind the privet hedge. My students had no idea what a privet hedge was, so there's a picture of one so they can remember what it is. So I encourage my students to create their own Symbaloo for all their projects so you can keep all your links in one place. I don't think you do, but you have to, I think it only takes JPEGs maybe. Do you know, Kelly? It'll take PNGs?
Yeah, if you're getting an image off the internet, when you right click on it, you don't go to save as the image or to save the site location for that image. It's that URL on that site, and then
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what I had problems with, some of my images are not images from the web, they're just on my computer. And I didn't have very good luck loading those.
my students put them on their Google Drive, and then they can use a share link off of that.
Okay, that's a good idea. One of the things that the author talks about is his man made peach fried pies for him. And I made them at home, and mine were like an utter fail. Just so you know.
Oh, I thought that's what we were
Yeah, they looked kind of like that. That's not my picture, but mine looked like that, but mine were not delicious. The crust was okay, but the filling inside was, you make them with dried fruit, and you reconstitute you put water and sugar in the dried fruit and cook it. Mine tasted like they were filled with rubber fruit. Never knew you could chew a peach so long.
Actually, this is piggybacked on that last question. If the students are uploading these things to YouTube, which then I presume means that they're available to anybody.
You can set how they're available.
Okay, because if they're available to anybody and they're using copyrighted images, they'll be having a problem.
Mm-hmm. I tell them you can have it private, you can have it, anybody who has this link can see it, and anybody who, or they're open to the public. So I tell them, do the one where people have to have the link to see it, and then I tell them if they're using copyrighted images, they have to have the citations at the end. I try to encourage them to create their own pictures whenever possible. Use your phone and create a picture of. Doesn't always work, but. Any other questions?
Create
or?
a picture of how do you do it.
Yeah, how do you do that?
Or D-Day.
Or yeah, pretty tough. Questions?